Listen, there's not much we could say to Pat Cowdell. He's absolutely shattered.
That's right. And I came in to knock him out in the first round. You know, man, that's what I make my mind. But I want to prove to them I'm the best in the West.
Dividing me. Beats Nation.
Yeah. See, rap on my back in the bottle. It is a one by myself, my trouble. President, mom was a meeting, Bomo Coco. HBM, one and Bayo Mobo. The good for my so. Raps and a corner in between. What the seven, my father said to my, it's a win I'm a waste. Just I will lap with the new. Rappers are yet to move our Ghana, have no very few. Suck, Brazil, Dane, tell him. I mean, saying, I'm a rattle brand at 2GH, medical. G for the relate, cause it be with the control. Strong G, could figure not an flow. My 30 seconds before you're violent, dons in the yapo, no, I bet you the wrong things.
Counting my blessings. Counting and stacking my blessings. I got a fist on my.
All right. I played this song for the Ghanaian UK-based boxer who had a victory, an amazing victory last night for his fight, and he was crying. Yeah, so there was no better way of celebrating him than to play a song made around one of our boxing legends, Azuma Nelson. He said, I made up my mind to knock him in the first round, but I wanted to show them that I'm the best. And when you listen to this song to the end, he says that I took a title from a young man. So any old man who wants to challenge me, hey, I'ma kill him. That's Azuma Nelson by Brazil Pounds there. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Men's Voice podcast with me. I can call me DJ Fuad. So tonight we are asking who is a modern woman or a modern day woman, whichever way you want to call it. We are asking the question, who is a modern woman? And they beautiful? What you see there, are they the modern woman? Is a modern woman and a younger woman? So the word seems to explain itself, as we say, self-explanatory, but it's not like that. It's quite complex than what we think. So me showing you that picture of young, amazing, beautiful girls going for shopping and all of that, for the amazing bags and all of that, you may think that is that. When we say modern women, we are talking about young girls, probably those born in the late 90s or early 2000s. Yeah, it could be all of that. But modern woman does not refer to a young woman. A woman can be 50 years, 60 years and still be a modern woman, because the era that gave us those type of women is quite a long time. We're talking about the 1960s, 1965 there upwards. You understand? So when we say a modern woman, we are not referring to only those who were born in the year 2000 or 1990 or something like that. We are talking about a complex situation, and it's not every woman. Yes, and once again, let me remind each and everyone here on the show that the Men Podcast is not here to bash women, to make women look bad. No, it's actually a show to help my brothers and some sisters who will listen and take cues to know how to navigate relationships with women, to understand where women are coming from, and also to understand where men comes from. Because most of the times, well, You meet a guy who had an encounter with a woman and it didn't go the way he wanted, and he's so bitter, cursing the day he met a woman and all of that. No. You are bitter out of ignorance. So this show is here to help men in particular to understand scientifically, biologically, how evolutionarily, how women operate, who they are. And it will shock you as you continue to watch this show to know that women have not changed. They are pretending. You understand? Yes. You know, when you practice something, even when you are pretending for a while, sometimes it becomes like your character. But they know when they are making mistakes. Just that they don't like it when you point to them they are making mistakes, and they among themselves they don't rebuke themselves. So all of this you need to understand. So when you have issue with a woman and you begin to let her know that what she did you didn't like it, and she go like, you're making me feel bad, you got, whoa, yes, this show will let you know why they say that. And I'm not saying because you understand them, even if they are killing you, stay. As a matter of fact, this show is going to help you to actually stay away from women who don't want to be the way women were created to be when they are with the opposite sex. So, for example, tonight's topic, who is a modern woman, will give you some perspective. So let's go into it. A lot of different authorities and experts have given their kind of dictionary definitions of who a modern woman is or should be. Well, I have also come up with my own definitions or deductive definition. And let me try and put it on the screen so that we can all learn together. So, for me, a modern woman is a woman who wants a traditional man or marriage, but want to be a modern woman. It sounds confusing there, right? Yes. What I'm trying to say here is that there's a way our ancestors, our mothers used to behave and live their life. And there's a way the current women are living their life. Okay. So a modern woman is a woman who, when it comes to relationship, is looking for a traditional man, but it's not ready to do the opposite of the traditional man, what a traditional man wants. Let me give you this talk about the second, for those who may not be watching but listening. My second definition is a modern woman is a woman who wants all the benefits of a traditional wife, but also wants all the benefit of a single woman. That's interesting. She wants all the benefit of a traditional wife or from a traditional marriage, but at the same time, she wants to live her life. She wants to live her life like a single woman. So we are going to go into it. Jesus Christ. My godmother has sent me a question. Say, I don't understand why men are able to love only one football team, but unable to love one woman. Jesus Christ. Can you guys answer, please? For me, this is going to be a topic for another day. We'll discuss it. That's an amazing topic anyway. It's actually an amazing topic. Yeah. So the second, I love the second definition. A woman who wants all the benefit of a traditional wife, but also want all the benefit of a single woman. That's crazy. That's insulting. you know. Yes. So let's move on. So what do I mean by traditional marriage, traditional man, and all of that? So once we're talking about um, what do you call it? Once we're talking about a modern woman, of course, we have to also look at who a traditional man is, or a traditional way of living, kind of. Yes. So the two words are going to be side by side. A traditional man, a traditional woman, a modern man, a modern woman. So maybe we'll take time to take a look at who a modern man is also. This is another nonsense. You know, if you really want to have a relationship and enjoy it without complaints, for relationships, especially like marriages, here you have to go traditional. And since creation, or since Adam was a virgin, men have remained in their traditional state. Majority of men, with the exception of few, and even that few, with time I will let you know how quite a number of men are now trying to also be or practice modern men lifestyle. And this modern men, this men who also want to live a modern man's lifestyle in relationships, were created like at a laboratory by feminists or feminism. Yes. So kindly do share if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe for us. Yeah. So maybe another day we'll talk about modern men, but today we are looking at modern women. Okay, so let me give a little bit of background to the word traditional there. So when we say someone is a traditional man or traditional woman, we are referring to the way men relate to women, or women relate to men, since the beginning of time. We're also referring to men and women expectation of each other in terms of relationship, most importantly marriages. Okay, so take it again. We are looking at the things men expect from women and the things women expect from men in terms of relationships or marriages. And we are talking about what has been the order of the day since creation, since the caveman's time. Okay? Since the time man has not even discovered fire. My Facebook people, I greet you. You do so well. You come in your numbers every day. Do share for me. So let's give some examples of expectations, things men look out for from women, and things naturally, traditionally, women look out from men. And today we are here to talk about a modern woman, because for some time now, since like the 1960s, women have tried their best to shift, to move away from their traditional duties. And they're saying that we are not in the 1960s, we are not in the 1970s. Times have changed. You understand? So these days, women operate different from the way their parents used to operate in terms of their relationship with men. That's what we're going to look at. So, traditionally, what is the role of a man in a woman's life? Traditionally, a woman expects a man to be a provider, to be a protector, and to be a parent. Help her to parent the children. So, note these three things. They are all P's: a provider, protector, and a parenting activity or benefit. These are some of the main traditional traits a woman looks for in a man. Okay? Then let's add some accessories to it. A woman expects to have her man to be taller than her. If you are not taller, you are doomed. She expects her man to have more resources, that's money, than her. A woman traditionally wants the husband to be handsome. A woman traditionally wants the husband or the man in her life to be respected by other men and women and herself. Okay? So, all of these things and many others that we will talk about later in a different video are the things women traditionally look for in a man or expect a man to deliver if you want to have a relationship with them or you want to marry them, which is cool. But the most basic of all is provisioning, protecting, and parenting. And the other ones, up to date, the other ones that I mentioned, women expect them from men, like being tall, being handsome, being rich, being respected, that is having the social status in the society, in the community. All of this, up to date, women expect it from men. But the same women don't want to deliver their side of the bargain. So what do men also look out for in women in relationships? Okay? Please, if you are on YouTube or Facebook, do share for us. Okay, so traditionally, men have also received nurturing, fertility, beauty, submission from women, and non-promiscuous. Okay, so traditionally, men also want their women to be younger, less promiscuous, fertile, the ability to give birth, very, very important for men, nurturing, home care. Okay, men also traditionally, these were the things women do without anybody reminding them. These were the things women used to do. Okay? Without anybody reminding them that you have to take care of kids and all of that. So, how do you then identify a modern woman? A modern woman is a woman who don't want to deliver their side or her side of the bargain of who a traditional person is. So if you meet a woman who says that in this day and age, why should I be sitting at home taking care of kids and cooking? Why can't I go out with my friends every weekend to the bar, to the concert, to the nightclub? That's a typical modern woman for you. Okay? I had decided to come and talk about toxic masculinity, but I decided to talk about this topic because of the Hakimi issue going on. Okay? So, in other words, this type of women that we call modern women always want to live a life as if they will never grow. Okay? And one big trait for you to identify a woman to be a modern woman is how delusional they are most of the time. And so someone will ask, how did we land here? From when women will normally want to give birth, take care of children, cook for their husbands, get married early, and what not. Well, before I go to the next point, let me give the caveat again. I am not by any means whatsoever saying that women should give birth and engage in marriages at a time they don't want or they are not ready. No, I am not saying that. But what I'm saying is that if feminism has changed the way the world itself run and the way women operate, and because of that, because of feminism today, if you tell a woman that you have to be cooking for your husband, she will say that no, time has changed. We can hire a nanny, we can buy from the restaurant and what have you. Okay. So when feminism started gaining grounds, controlling the narrative of the world, women started engaging in jobs, going to work, as it used not to be the case. So that is when modern woman lifestyle started. So one would have expected that now that women want to work just like men, then they will also hold their men to modern men's standards or modern day standards. But unfortunately, the same woman that, because she says she has a job, he has degrees, and therefore we don't want to cook, don't want to clean, want a man that is taller than her, a man that has money than her, a man that provide 100%. Well, even though, let me give them their due, there are some women who are looking for a man that will bring 50% and she also bring 50%, which me personally, I see that as nonsense. It doesn't make sense. If you really want a peace of mind as a man, put it at the back of your mind from the beginning, from the time you began an adult, that my goal is to be 100% breadwinner for my family. Yes, that is my policy. We'll talk about that in another video another day. So let me then talk about the fact that a woman can be 50 years and still be a modern woman. So it is here. It is all about thought. I met a man at GBC and said, when your mind is conquered, forget about your body. Yeah. So this woman can be 18 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 40 years, and still have this modern day woman mentality. And the question again, where did we go wrong? It is feminism in their quest to create that so-called equality, to be equal with men, which can never be and will never be and does not exist. In the 1960s, around 1965, there was what was called the sexual revolution. You understand? When you read some of the feminist book, you realize that the main agenda for feminism, for fighting for sexual revolution or freedom from men or against men, was to destroy the family system. Some of the feminists write in their books that for a woman to be cooking, taking care of children is slavery than the one that happened between West Africa and America. So especially these women who get indoctrinated by these feminist ideas, who are referred to as modern women, especially when they are younger, they don't want to hear anything traditional woman. Yeah, so most modern women, when they are younger, they don't want to do anything traditional. Therefore, the majority of them seems not to, from the beginning, not to expect traditional male character from their men. Because majority of modern day women, when they are young, especially in their early 20s, their main focus when it comes to man and woman interaction is not to have a stable relationship with a man. Their main focus, most of the time, is to have casual sex. Because feminism, just like organized religion, doesn't have so many scientific proof for their campaigns. Especially, they don't have scientific proof for making women hate men as they do. I'm telling you, I have a series of audios that I'll be releasing on this show. It is called The Most Wicked Conversation Ever Had Under the Sun. It's a series that I'm going to be releasing. Okay? So because feminism doesn't have scientific proof, logical proof for making women go rebellious, what they do is they feed women with fear. Okay, so after they have fed the woman with too much fear, the woman lives her life on what if it doesn't work? What if my husband dies? What if my husband loses his job? What if, all in the negatives? Yeah, you can do what if I succeed? What if it works out? But feminism make women ask what if in the negative sense. And because they have fed them with fear, when they are younger, already they want to have casual sex. They want to live promiscuous life without accountability. So what actually made the sexual revolution successful? The contraceptive pill. Why did the contraceptive pill made the sexual revolution successful? Because women wanted to also have sex, as many sex they want, just like men, and not be accountable. how can women have sex and not be accountable? When they have sex and there's no pregnancy, okay? When they have sex and there's no pregnancy, nobody will even know they've gone to have sex. And why is it that when women are having sex, they don't want, especially men, they don't want other people to know that, oh, they had sex here, they had sex here, and they don't want, especially men, to know. And without that contraceptive pill, it would have been difficult for women to have sex and people around them, especially men around them, not knowing that they've gone to have sex. Why? Because women know from day one that their sexual past is very important to a man. So, Myron of Fresh and Faith will say, women are interested in a man's future and his potential, whilst men are interested in a woman's past. And when it talks about a woman's past, it is the way a woman handled herself around men in her past life, like when she was younger or before she decided to get married. So let me rephrase that. Women are interested in the future and the potential and the resources of a man, naturally. Today, you may meet certain women and they will tell you, I'm not interested in the man's wealth. Well, a lot of research, a lot of interviews have proven, and a lot of reality checks have proven that whenever a woman says that she doesn't know herself, she doesn't know, she's not living in reality, she's living in fantasy world. Okay? So, women know that men don't take lightly their past, especially their promiscuous past. So, in the 1960s, 1965, thereabout, the contraceptive pill really made it easy for women to be promiscuous and not being seen and looked at in a negative way. So, one of the pillars, the reasons why feminism really did all the job they did was to also win a kind of liberation, sexual liberation for women. But because I've said it here and I'll continue to say, women naturally don't like living in reality. They love to live in their fantasy world, which is okay. But what makes it not okay is that when they decide to live in their fantasy world, do everything they want, and then the reaction comes, the action and the reaction happens, they want to run away from their reactions. That is what makes it pathetic. So in the 1960s, sexual revolution was launched with the introduction of the contraceptive pill. It made it easier for women to sleep around here and there and all of that. Now, we're in 2023. These women take advantage of the sexual revolution. They take advantage of it, live their life anyhow. And when they hit the epiphany stage, as I discussed in my previous video, from their 30s going, and they are not married, they don't have a child, one would have thought that at this point, they will be sincere to themselves and say that the age at which I could have gotten the man I wanted, I've gone past it without choosing those men. I was rather interested in having casual sex. So now, it's not possible I'm going to get the exact man that I wanted when I was 24 years or 23 years. So I have to make compromises. And that is where one of the characteristics of a modern day woman, which is delusional, comes in. She's 30, 35, but still want, I'm not saying don't, but you have to also assure yourself that I might not. So if I have to compromise, I have, but they will tell themselves, no, you deserve better. You don't deserve less. Go for gold. Yes, if you go to the gold mining communities, men who want gold dig harder into the earth. So you cannot destroy your resources when you were younger and want the same result. So you see it in the definition that I gave out there. Okay, the second definition. A modern woman is a woman who wants all the benefit of a traditional wife, but also wants all the benefit of a single life. Why is it so? They are this delusional because all their life they've lived a single life. They never try to even be in a long-term relationship. So at the time that she wants to get married, because she wants kids, she wants children, even at that time, she wants all the benefit of a traditional wife. What benefit does traditional women have? They have a man that takes care of them 100%, where their money is their money, the man's money is their money. That's she and the husband's money. That's a traditional wife's benefit. The man protects her. That's a traditional wife benefit. If she's lucky, the man is tall. The man has money. The man is handsome. The man does anything that a woman needs naturally from a man. But you discover that this woman is a modern day woman or a modern woman when she demands that a man should do all of that, court her, take her on date. But even after you've married her, she wants to live a single life. So if this is where the kicker comes in, boys, listen carefully. When you are with a woman or a girl who from time to time says that, as for me, my ex was a secured man. He allowed me to go out in the night with my friends, and he's not bothered. She belongs to the street. She is a modern woman. That is one thing. If she will give her all her standard, the moment you bring one standard, she calls you insecure. She belongs to the street. She is a modern woman. Okay? When you are having a conversation with her and you tell her that this lifestyle that you are engaging in, I'm not saying you should stop, but if you want to be in a relationship with me, then you might have to stop. Or you can continue to live that lifestyle and not have me as your boyfriend or your wife. And they say you are controlling, you are insecure. She's a modern woman. She wants all the benefit of a traditional man, but she doesn't want to be a traditional woman. She wants to be a modern woman. Live her life like a single woman. So, boys, take this carefully. If you are with a woman, you are around a woman or a girl who wants to have a committed relationship with you, but at the same time wants you to allow her to live her life as a single person, she's a modern woman. You understand? She is a modern woman. And most of the time, as the Bible says, their deeds will show who they are. Okay, so I'll play a video and you will know a typical example of a modern woman. Okay, they demand anything from men, but don't want any. They can give you 20 lists of things they want if you want to be in a relationship with them. Okay, but they will quickly jump to tell you that they don't want you to give them a single list of things you want from them. That is how amazing they are. Okay, that is how amazing they are. When you see that, know that they are modern women. They lack accountability. They are modern women. They will eat all their eggs, but come back and want you to let them have it, which doesn't
So you
happen.
got this sister that's
Okay, so I'm going to show you a video. Let me check the channel's name. The Philip Scott Show. The Philip Scott Show. So you can go to YouTube, check him out. The Philip Scott Show, and subscribe to his channel. I love my background, but I love his background too. Yes, black and yellow. Damn, the aquatic colors is serious. It's serious. Yeah. So that's the Philip Scott Show, and on this Philip Scott Show, you are going to see a typical example of a modern woman. This woman says she wants to know from men, what do they have against modern women? And right after saying that, she goes ahead to say that, but hold on, I don't want you to give me an answer that has anything to do with the 1950s and 1960s or 50 years ago. No. Tell me what will make me feel good. Are modern women not amazing? They are. They are very, very amazing. So let's go into the video and listen, and you will know how modern women look like.
questioning the men about why. So you got this sister that's questioning the men about why they don't really like modern women. Let's review it.
This is a question for men. What is it about the modern woman that rubs you the wrong way? And please refrain from giving.
So this is a typical example of a modern woman. She wants something from you, but she's warning you not to give what is the truth from you or what is your truth. Go into her head and say what she like, what will make her feel okay. We are going back to the video. So I'm telling you that one trait of a modern woman is that they are delusional. They are delusional. They will do something that they know when you do, you get this result or you get this backlash, and they will go ahead and do it anyway. And after they do it, they tell you, don't chastise me. Don't tell me I was wrong. If you do that, you hurt my feelings. You make me feel bad. That is a modern woman. She likes accountability, and she can be 50 years.
See, right
Let's our brother talk. Yes, this is the Men's Voice podcast.
there, that's an issue. If you're asking someone to give you an answer, you cannot refrain them from giving you an answer. So in your mind, you thinking that's where they're gonna go, which is legitimate, but that's where they're going to go. So since you don't have an answer for it, you want to go on and cut off a potential way that you can't get yourself out of. Understand? One thing that men don't like, or just anybody in general, is that you ask us a question, but you really don't want to know the answer because you like being lied to. And that's how a lot of you got pregnant. That's how a lot of you got dogged out because you want to hear lies from a man instead of hearing the doggone truth. But let's continue.
An answer that applied to how life was 50,000 years ago.
But the life today, ma'am, is wrong. Let's look at the results. You have all your modern, whatever you want to have. You can dress the way you want. You can speak the way you want. You can work careers the way you want to work them. You can do whatever you want. But let's look at the results. Our children are worse off than they ever been before. Society is worse off than they ever been before. Children are targeted literally because you have a group of people in this country that wants to even get pedos legalized, and they're pushing that mess as of now, right? You have a 80+% single parenting rate in our community, something that wasn't there before 50 years ago, etc., right? Black women in particular was married at the age of 19 at that time period. 2 black men, not men of other groups, 2 black men. So how is it that your modern ways is so much better than that time period when none of the numbers match up at all about our children or even our progress as a people? But let's continue.
In 2023, what about the modern woman rubs you the wrong way? Because in my head, you need the modern woman in order to survive.
No.
And ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to something. She said, in my head, yes. And that's why it is dangerous not to have your children train under both parents. Yes, there are some single mothers who make sure that their children's father have access to the children from time to time so that they don't lack the way men think and work. Yeah, while there are other women, once they are not with you, they don't want you to have access. So shout out to the ones that make it easier possible for their children's fathers to have access to them. Because if this woman has children, that child is a boy. This boy will grow up to be feminized. Whenever you're having an argument with them or conversation with them, I feel you're hurting my feelings. I feel, and tomorrow's topic, we're going to go there. How these days feminism has feminized a lot of men. You go to Clubhouse, you're having a conversation, and the next thing you hear is, I feel like, instead of what it is, reality, no, feelings over what it is. This woman is saying that, don't give me, I want answers from men, but don't give me answers about how life was 50,000 years ago. Feminism has been allowed to operate, to have been allowed to flourish for almost 100 years now. And now the resource is there. As the brother said, children's life have destroyed. The women themselves, their life have been destroyed. Men are managing. Society is going backwards. And you are asking why men don't want you, a woman like you. But the same person want to gag the answer. That is a typical modern woman for you. Let's continue.
Men do not need the modern woman. Men need a traditional woman. You understand? A traditional woman. A traditional woman knows how to uplift her family, She's not selfish. She's not narcissistic. It gives her joy to be a mother and a wife. A lot of modern women, they don't really want to be wives. They don't want to be mothers either. And if they got a husband, this new trend with these modern wives they have today, they're divorcing their husbands in their 40s. You see this big trend of them divorcing their husbands in their 40s. Then they're delusional to say, oh, well, hope love find me again, Tamara. I hope love find me again. The Tia, Tamara, whatever which one. It slipped my mind. If I said the wrong one.
All right. So thank you, brother, for adding to the explanation. So you can go to the Philip Scott show. That is Philip Scott is SCOTT on YouTube and watch some of its amazing videos in the manosphere. So you saw the typical example I gave you. So as a man, before you come and complain, women are like this, women are like this. Yes, if you live under the Western influence, if you are in Ghana, Africa, West Africa, majority of the world where the Western nation is the one that have influence on us, look out for this trait of a modern woman. If you want a modern relationship, as far as marriages are concerned, then you don't need to watch this video. But if you want a woman that will cook for you, yes, and if you demand a woman that will cook, before you call somebody a modern woman, make sure you've done your duty as a man. Make sure you've played your role as a man. You've played your traditional role. It is then and then that when you've played your traditional role, then you can figure out someone is, or say someone is a modern woman. Because it does not make sense. Okay? Hakimi's wife is a typical modern woman. Modern women always want to live single life. So when they are in their 30s and they are desperate for marriage, majority of the time, majority of them are looking for someone like the superstars, get him married, wedded, and then when he has seen that he's qualified for a certain amount of your wealth, they bring up their modern woman self. And if you can't handle it, they say we are divorcing. Because in the first place, they didn't want to be married. Okay? So, I've told you, I personally love women who are a bit matured. Because in a relationship, I love to have serious topical conversation with my woman. And most of the times, I haven't met quite a number of younger women who are good at conversation. So I love my woman a bit older. You understand? But majority of them, because of feminism, and there are women who are living a feminist life, but they don't even know by themselves. So majority of them, they will spend their early ages, the ages in which they can lock down any man of their heart, any man of their dreams. They use it to enjoy life. That's what they call it. They want to be as men, but you can't be as man. There's a video that I will react to in the days to come, where a woman was saying that she was a feminist, she was a strong feminist, but later as she grew, as she entered her 30s, and the men she wanted were not coming, she realized that the freedom feminism gave them has an expiring date. The freedom has an expiring date. So, ladies and gentlemen, my brothers, my men tribe, before you go about complaining and this girl is this and that, one, make sure you have done your traditional duties. And to play your traditional duty as a man, number one is money. Don't come around, come say, women are gold diggers, women want luxury life. Yes, the role they play in life, that is how they should behave. Okay? But the good news is there are still traditional women. There are still women who want to live a traditional life. They are still alive in cities like Accra, Kumasi, everywhere. Just that it is the bad ones most of the time, the feminists that you find in the media try to corrupt majority of them. But some of them are wising up. Okay? Some of them are wising up. But before you will label a woman as a modern woman, ask yourself, did you play your role as a traditional man? If you were in a relationship with a woman and the woman was the one who was taking care of you, you have no fucking reason to label her as a modern woman if she decides not to cook for you, if she decides not to respect you. Okay? Because hands go, hands come. It's yin and yang. So, in as much as we are talking about you identifying and knowing you're a modern woman, we are also telling you, man, that before you expect a traditional behavior from a woman, make sure you have done your part of also playing your part as a traditional man. But I'm discussing this because there are a lot of men who are in their traditional man status, but they are dealing with women who are giving them modern day attitude, modern day results, and they don't even know why. It's all because of modern feminism, which told women that men are cheating them on so many levels. The world, the playground is not fair, it's not equal. So they fought for feminism. Somebody took advantage, did the contraceptive pill, which made it easier for women to sleep around and not being caught or not being seen as promiscuous. But even if you don't see that this woman has been sleeping around too much, when you start a relationship, real relationship with them, it will show up. They can't just stay. That is why divorce rate is going up all over the world, especially in the Western world. Why? And where the Western countries that have Western civilization influence. Why? Because feminist women did not sit their ass down to learn how to be a wife. If you ask them to go to school for 20 years, they will go. But if you ask them to learn how to be with a man and make a man stay for 1 year, they can't. Finally, before I go, a woman that thinks that marriage is about her happiness, it's a red flag. Marriage is not about your happiness, it's not about my happiness. It's about work, it's about duty. So when we put in our work, when we sacrifice, the results that come rewards us and make us feel fulfilled. And that is why these days you meet women and they tell you, I'm not happy. Ever since I got married, I'm not happy. Yes, you can never be happy because you've left who you are. You've left your traditional fundamental duties and you can never leave those duties and never be happy in your life. Peace. My name is Kwabena Bibini Berima. You can call me DJ Fuad. This is where we bring to an end today's episode on the Men's Voice podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and like our Facebook page at Blacknificent Media.